superstar cornerback. He'll make you pay if you throw.
We've reached the halfway mark of the regular season. A lot of work left to do as we're away in Week 9. Before going down. So here's their offense, taking over for the first time here. And leading them out, it's one of the league's longest tenured quarterbacks.
There were times, I'll be honest with you, Kate, that I wish I played baseball. Because you have a bad outing, like this QB did last week with no touchdowns, a couple interceptions. In baseball, you get to play the next day. You get to flush it right away. He's had to sit on it all week long, and you know he wants to rectify it here.
Carr off the play fake. Throwing the out route complete. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot. Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
Complete beyond the marker. And he'll get it up to the 44. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Carr. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
They really need some chunk yardage here on second down. Trying again, following the sack. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
He's got the first down grab and still going. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. Now their opening drive certainly going according to plan, Brock. It's a new set of downs at the 27. Throwing on first down, it's Carr. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Couldn't connect on first, it's second down. Back to the air, Carr. Ferguson there to bring it in. And he's brought down for a loss.
Hey, I know it's tough to evaluate when you're playing at game speed, when there's chaos all around you. But if he looked around, I'm not sure that's a throw he would make again. Even one of the biggest targets, his big old tight end, couldn't fight back to the line of scrimmage.
The rush gets home, and they stick him.
Couple sacks on the opening drive. You better get to fix-it mode in a hurry. And I'm talking about on the sidelines. I'm talking as a quarterback. You've got to solve this pass rush, because we know one thing about guys in this league defensively. When they get a couple sacks, they can smell it, and they're going to raise the intensity to another level. A dependable kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
And a great return has the offense just a touch shy of midfield as they start this drive. So out comes their offense for its first possession of the game. And it'll be their second-year quarterback who's bringing them out.
He's definitely one of the stars in this league, a true franchise quarterback. And when you're at this level, Kate, You want to put your imprints on this game right from the jump.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4. A look at his numbers on the ground from last week here. Second and 6 coming up here. Putting a receiver in motion. Back-to-back carries here. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. He'll throw it. Has it left side, Brock, but the throw carried him too close to that edge. They're going to say he brought it in out of bounds, and that's going to bring up 4th down. Punting unit out now. And he's got a good chance to really stick him deep his first time out. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. And he's there to make the fair catch right at the 10-yard line. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And they're going to be backed up deep in their own territory to begin this one. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Carr here from the gun. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down. They're spotting this one right at the 20.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Dumps it off to his running back. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
That just might be a throw he regretted as soon as you let it go. I know that feeling. He was doing all he could to find a completion down the field, but they were all over that check down and ready to turn it into a negative play.
And this is going to be incomplete. Great looking catch, but he lost track of that sideline and went out of bounds. We've got 4th down.
You know, that is such a bummer because as a quarterback, gosh, you got to give your receiver enough space and enough real estate to make that catch in bounds. That was off just enough to carry the receiver to the sideline before he could establish possession.
And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. The visitors and their quarterback ready to take over once again. And as he continues lighting up the stat sheets this season, we can see he's still chasing one man for the NFL lead in passing yardage. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He's got a man left. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. New set of downs for him from the 46. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. 2nd down now, 7 to go. From just shy of midfield on 2nd down. This is reeled in by Reed. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that'll be a 1st down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
To throw it on 1st down. Throw takes him to the sideline, but he gets both feet in with the catch.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the 21. Finds him over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
First down from the red zone. The throw is caught. And he drives this forward to the 6.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit. And you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking it.
And the ground game works for the touchdown. These guys pull ahead 6-3 in the first. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
That one right down the middle. And his guys take a 4-point lead. Bass now to kick this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Their offense ready to take the field now. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Here's Carr. Short pass brought in. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Lone back gets the handoff. It'll be a quality gain on the run, and that also brings us to the end of this quarter. We will not get another play in here. That's going to do it for quarter number 1. 7-3 is our score. More coming up after this quick break. We're back, and we'll join this drive already in progress to begin quarter 2. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. Well, very quick throw, but they couldn't connect.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Working out of the gun, it's Carr. Dive in, and he gets his hands underneath for the catch. It's a gain of 12 there. And it'll give him a 1st down. Carr to the air now. Fits it through the middle. And he's in. Touchdown! I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
That one splits the uprights. And these guys push their lead to 3. Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. The visitors ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And they've been willing to both call runs for him and let him ad-lib as he sees fit. He's top 5 for rushing yards by a quarterback this season. On 1st down, they'll run. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
Finds him on the crossing route. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up second and 10. Pass play now. Into traffic, complete. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. So now here's 3rd and 5. They'll try and throw it here. Called in left side. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Still sticking with the passing game. He's going to push one deep down the right. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. They'll run here from the gun. And this one doesn't go far. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Pass play coming here. That's caught for the first. They gain 14 on the play. And that'll give them a first down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Always a point of emphasis, right? Protecting the quarterbacks, and that play is going to draw the flag every time. They'll run here following the penalty. And he's got them down to the doorstep inside the 5. It'll be a pickup of 4, and they'll snap second and goal from the 3. And he finds him in the end zone for the touchdown. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
Bass gets the extra point to go. And his guys take a 4-point lead.
14, our home team, 10.
Bass now to kick this away. This return starts at the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
And he crosses the sideline a yard or 2 beyond, it looks like the 30. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From the shotgun, Carr. Connection made to Beckham. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Looking to throw, Carr. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
I think in a situation like that, 3rd and inches, defense is certainly thinking stop the run first, but that's well done defensively. Not a problem for them to adapt and get into the right coverage and now force a critical 4th down.
Now this offense getting set to work here. They're on a 3-game winning streak, Brock, and working to stretch that out to 4. Throwing from the gun here. They get to him and bring him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
We've got enough data now through the years to understand that an explosive play on offense, more often than not, leads to scoring. We also know if you can create a negative play defensively. In a tightly contested game like this, every play matters. And to get that negative play, put this offense on their heels, exactly what this defense needed.
After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that gives them the 1st. Now looking to throw. Walking the tightrope there, but he makes the grab in bounds.
Kid, I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally, but really trusting yourself to throw that out route, that comes with time and experience. With how hard it is to get an open look downfield, can't let the coverage off the hook with the drop. Saw open space, started running before he was able to watch the ball into his hands.
Finds a man, right side. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. That's good for 7 yards. And they're going to have a 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Looks like a gain of around 7. That's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 3 now. From the 47. Completed over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. From the 38. Escapes the pocket. He's keeping it. And he's able to get this down to the 36.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He has the 1st over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing now, off play action. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Hits his running back. Decent gain here, but
Show off a little mobility. Get outside the pocket and find that open man.
Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. This a 39-yarder from the left hash. Amendola able to put it through and add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
Well, nothing to critique there. Good snap, good hold, and he puts it through to pay off the drive with 3 points.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So that's halftime for us here. It's a 7-point game after our first 2 quarters. Now it's time we checked in around the league. Here's Jonathan Coachman with the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. And it's the Ravens who have the lead in that one. The Ravens locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. From there, we head down to the Sunshine State to check on the Jaguars at home in Jacksonville. And you can see, currently, they trail in that ball game. Finally, let's take the trip across the Atlantic, see what's happening over in London. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. The Caps trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. These 2 teams heading out of the tunnel. We're ready to get back to it. For the call of the second half, here is the great Kate T. Scott. Kate?
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the third quarter. Returning it from the 4. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The visitors are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And his touchdown, another one for him this season, as he continues to sit among the NFL's best at punching it in himself this year. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Motioning him from the slot right. 2nd and 10 now. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's able to get across the 25 before stepping out. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Here's a throw. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
Pass play on 1st and 10. Complete out to the right. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. New set of downs for him from the 46. Running back sent in motion. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And it's caught. Touchdown. These guys grow the lead coming out of halftime. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Bass on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And these guys double their lead to 14. Bass now to kick this away. Starting from the 5. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. This offense getting all set for this series. Their work really cut out for him now, partner, to follow up that touchdown and get things back to a one-score game. Throwing on first down, it's Carr. Complete to Beckham. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play. Keep driving that defense backwards.
And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
At their 49-yard line.
Carr here from the gun. Short pass brought in. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Throwing again, it's Carr. Complete beyond the marker. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Motion man sent left. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he pushed deep into enemy territory with that, down inside the 25. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next. Tight end going in motion here. Working out of the gun, it's Carr. Finds him on the slant. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. They'll come up 1st and 10. The tight end going in motion right. Carr with it on first. Ferguson there to bring it in. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
2nd and 6 at the 16-yard line.
Man in motion out of the slot. From the 16. Beckham there to grab it. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. One of the tight ends motioning left. Here's the give on 3rd and short. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
They'll run here on first down. And he can only get a lone yard. Took a couple of guys to haul him down near the line.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
And this one stopped at the 3-yard line.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
From the shotgun, Carr. And look at the footwork there. Touchdown! These guys start the second half with some needed points. You always tell me, Brock, it is a whole different world here. Running routes, working in confined spaces, instead of having that whole field to spread out a defense.
Oh, spot on, Caden. Some players, that's the world they thrive in. Finding windows where windows shouldn't exist and then being ready for the throw to arrive. It happens so fast. Trusting your quarterback to make the right read and get it to you.
That one right down the middle. And his guys chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Patterson now to return it. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Finds him over the middle. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. 2nd and 3 now. From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And he's brought down after a short gain. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in the locker room and in the huddle is you could be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
3rd and long for him here. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's going to end up out of bounds, which will end our 3rd quarter. A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the 3rd quarter. It's still just a 1-score game as we resume play in the 4th. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. They put a receiver in motion right. Throwing now on 1st down. He goes back to him yet again, complete. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the 29. Cut out left. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
That's just discipline with a capital D. The play in the huddle is a running back screen, but it takes discipline for that offensive line to not get downfield. Discipline for that receiver to stay alert, stay aware that he's a viable option as well.
And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
Well, there's a time to be a little finessey with the football, put a little touch on, and then there's time to put your arm into it and let it eat. Throw it right through your target's chest. This one, well, that one right there was the latter. Smart to make a fastball zing in before anyone could undercut the curl route.
From the red zone now. This one's caught. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. The give now out of the shotgun. And he barrels across for the touchdown. These guys go up by 2 scores, 13 points in the 4th. He would not be denied that close to the end zone, Brock. I think it might have taken 5 or 6 guys tackling him to keep him from diving across the line for 6.
Certainly a second effort touchdown, no question. The backs who become fan favorites, we've seen it through the generations, and they set the curve for their peers, are the ones who just fight through that stop. It will not be denied of a touchdown.
Extra point up and good from Bass. And these guys double their lead to 14.
Our home team, 17.
Bass now to kick this away. Return starts at the 3. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. The offense headed back to the field. They just witnessed maybe the most impressive drive we've seen all game, Brock, and now they get a chance to answer with one of their own. Ferguson's got it, complete. And he's tackled for a short gain. Second down now, 7 to go. From the 42. It's caught, Ferguson. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, then go to work after.
And they touch him down. Looks to be about 4 yards short of the 6. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
At the 40-yard line.
He'll throw it yet again. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And a great return comes to an end with the tackle.
I don't know about you, but I'm a little surprised that one didn't make it all the way back for 6. Took some amazing effort from the guys making the tackle to save a touchdown, but still an outstanding return from a defense that sensed they needed the big play, and they found it.
Now this offense ready to head back out. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
Goal to go, they're passing. Oh, he's out of time, and they drop him. And they're headed in reverse after that sack.
Hey, Kate, I think we know that the quarterback's a demanding position because not only do you have to have a clock in your head, but you've got to have a spatial awareness of where you're on the field. And once you start retreating, going backward and backward and backward, you got to just fling the ball in the stands. Otherwise, well, you take a huge negative sack like that.
Gotta forget about first down in a hurry. They need a chunky yards here on 2nd and goal. Another try following the sack. Escapes the pocket. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
You know, that may have been a situation when you look back on it and he watches the tape the next day, and he's got to find a way to throw the ball because his running ability, while it gets him some yards, is not enough to get the first down.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the pressure drives them backwards.
Hey, I get it. You know, there are times as a decision maker playing quarterback, you take a sack and you cut your losses. But when you get an opportunity in the red zone on 3rd down, you'd love to give your guy on the other end a chance. Because a touchdown, well, we know in the course of outcomes of games, so much more influential than settling for a field goal. I think you could call this one now, Kate. This field goal makes it a 3-score game, and even the most improbable comeback attempts are going to have a hard time erasing that.
He stopped on the return at the 27. Another drive coming up for this offense. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Looking right, and he finds him. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Carr now on 1st and 10. Completed over the middle. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short.
At the 39-yard line.
Carr here from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And they take him down right along the 30. That's a pickup of 9. And they'll have first down.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Hand off to the back. And he'll get down to the 21-yard line before he stopped. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
A gain of 9 brings up
Working out of the gun, it's Carr. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Now Carr. Uh-oh, he can't escape. He's brought down. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Here he goes. Got to have this on fourth down. That's cut beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. And he has the catch, gets both feet in. That's a touchdown. These guys get it back to within 2 possessions. Wow, just fantastic work there. Tiptoeing along the back line. The concentration was there. Great catch for 6.
Yeah, the concentration and the body control. I don't know how these receivers do it in this day and age. There's no space to work with, yet they have such an awareness to secure it first, to tap dance the line, and go get that touchdown.
Well, this one not quite over just yet. They've got 3 timeouts at their disposal, but really need to make the unexpected recovery here. And they recover this one without a problem. The onside attempt fails. Well, kind of feels like we're starting to get to that point, Brock.
And what point is that, Kate?
You know, the bold point of the game where you have to try something bold could end up becoming a play that finally sinks them though.
Yeah, it's time for desperation. Without a defensive stop here, it's really hard to lay out the scenarios for much success. Every second matters now when you don't come up with that onside kick.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Here's the handoff. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it'll give him a first down.
And the Brooklyn first down.
So that brings us to the 2-minute warning. These guys nearing their 6th win this season. They're now set for 1st and 10. They give it to him again. And he carries it for a big gain that gets him down into the red zone. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense. Handoff on 2nd and short. And he doesn't get this one very far, down to only about the 18. 3rd and just 2 to go. Another carry for him. And again, they stall him out at the line. He couldn't get it. Now whistles and a timeout taken quickly by the defense. 1:50 left to go. Amendola able to put it through. And that pushes the lead up to 13.
That kick, well, it throws a roadblock up on some of the remaining avenues to get back in this game. It really leaves only 1 remaining. It's going to take 2 touchdowns if they want a shot at it. And we know those odds, they're getting pretty long.
Fielded at the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Back out runs their offense. And after watching their passing attack take them the length of the field last drive, Brock, I expect we're probably going to see a heavy dose of the aerial attack again here. Carr with it on 1st. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Back to the air. Carr. Complete out to the right side. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. They've got to keep moving quick here. That one's complete, right side. That's 16 on the pickup. And it sets up first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Throwing again, it's Carr. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3. This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So hard work rewarded as they take a well-earned win in this one. And they're able to run this winning streak to 3 as they have really caught fire recently. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner Brock Heward and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. A nice showing here from our winners as we say thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day.